Yeah. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon. Depending on where you are. Welcome to Matters Arising TV. Yeah. Happy Sunday. Today being 5th of July 2020. Come with a interesting topic to look into. This topic today is how can how how Italian citizenship can be acquired. So I want to break down. I want to make it very clear to everyone, especially those that have documents and those that have a tempo indeterminato, which is a long-term stay without having the Italian citizenship. So I will make everything, I will break it down step by step so that you will know where you belong and how to go about it. So how to apply for Italian citizenship? First of all, before I proceed, click the like button and subscribe to Matters Arising TV. You have a lot to gain. I'm doing this because of you out there, to help you out instead of to be looking where to get the rightful information. Stop searching for. Just click and subscribe to Matters Arising TV. You will get all kind of information you need to know about Europe, about Italy, and happening around the world. I'm here to give you all the information and the news on what is going on in Africa, in Asia, in US, here and here in Europe. To bring that, and that's why I'm here today. Today, like I said, the topic is how to acquire Italian citizenship. How Italian citizenship can be acquired. First, Italian citizenship can be acquired by birth. When I say by birth, if you are born in Italy, meaning if your parents are immigrants, maybe they come from Austria, or they come from Ghana, they come from Libya, they come from Nigeria, and you were born here in Italy, you can acquire Italian citizenship when you cross the age of 18. Remember, if your parents don't have the citizenship, you can also have it. Immediately you clock your 18, you are entitled to Italian citizenship. You can apply for Italian citizenship and you will get it. Also, if your parents, maybe you are adopted, both the parents are Italian and they adopted you as their son, as their daughter, maybe they don't have child and they were adopted, you can also Italian. So what I'm explaining now is the things that qualifies you to get Italian citizenship, and these things are very In one way it's very simple, in the other way it's somehow hard due to the long-term period it will take. So all you need is patience to get it. So once a immigrant family give birth to a child, because this issue now is very you have to pay attention on this very topic, because most of us that are immigrants, we think that once you give birth to a child, automatically that child become a citizen of that country. No, that child remain immigrant because he is the one to decide to become the citizen of that very country, or the citizen or not to be. Because in as far as his parents is not, the origin of his parents, the family is not Italian, that disqualifies him from becoming Italian immediately. So, and the parents cannot decide for him to become an Italian. No, he is the one to decide, and the age that he or she will decide is age the moment he becomes an adult. And for you to become an adult, you must attain the age of 18. The moment you attain the age of 18, you become an adult. So you can automatically apply or become citizen of that very country, here in Europe, in Italy, Germany, France, because all of them are guided by almost the same law, almost the same system, because they are practicing the same system of government. So that is it for the child for birth. Citizenship by birth, that is what it's called. It's called citizenship by birth. So you have to wait until you attain the age of 18 before you can become Italian citizen. Then the other way you can acquire citizenship again is by marriage. This very one is very simple, but it have a trickish law that if you are not careful, you can land yourself in jail. In the sense that you as an immigrant, you as an African, you have already married in Africa, and you come here, you said you are single because you want to marry a white woman to get your citizenship. You have to be careful. Yes, you need to be careful, because why I say you need to be careful, because if they found out that you have already married, that you are doing what you are doing just to have a document, you can be sentenced to, or there is a penalty that is attached to it, and it's very dangerous, because you might go to prison, or they might stripe you the document, the one you are having. Maybe you have a normal document, you need to have the citizenship. So, and you are playing game with those with the white women. It's very dangerous. It's not advisable. So what you need to do, if you know that you have married in Africa or anywhere before coming, don't bother to do common marriage with a white woman in order to have your document. It's not advisable, unless you know you can take the risk and play the game inside. But bet me, if they notice it, it's very risky. So another thing, getting married to Italian woman or white woman or white man can be easy for you. Immediately you do your common marriage, you can apply. You cannot apply more that immediately. There is a condition that attached to it, and that conditions, I will explain it detail by details. One, you have to wait for at least 12 months. Within that 12 months, 12 months, which is a year, or 24 months, which is 2 years, you have to have a child within this period for the Italian man or for the white woman. So when you have a child with him or her, you can apply for the citizenship, and they can deny you of this citizenship too if you marry an Italian woman, and before you apply for this citizenship, you have already submitted application of divorce, or there is a crisis surrounding the marriage, that they have seen the marriage is shaking, the marriage, or then find out that your purpose of marrying the white man is for you to have your document, or the purpose of you marrying the white woman is for you to have the citizenship. Once they find out this very thing, you can be denied this very document, citizenship. They can automatically deny you because they have known your motive and your reasons. That means the reason why you marry the white man is not because you love him, it's not because you want to build a family with him, but because you just want to have a document. So in that case, they will not permit you, they will not grant you that very citizenship. They will deny you the document. So, and for those, if you have married and your marriage do not, you have to, let me read it out for here so that you will be very sure. Request for Italian citizenship for foreigners by marriage requirement. The foreigners or stateless person, if residing for at least 12 months in Italy, if they have children born or adopted in marriage, if there are no children, the requirement for residence in Italy rises to 24 months. That means if they have child or the adopted child, like I said before, their requirement rises to 24 months, which is to say 2 years of cohabitation with the Italian citizen. If that means if you as a woman, you marry a man from Italian and you have a child or you adopted a child, so for you to apply for this very Italian citizenship, you have to wait 24 months, 2 years. So for those that thinking that if I just if I got married to an Italian man, within 1 year I'll get my citizenship, within a year, 6 months I'll get my citizenship. No, you see it, I'm reading it direct from the source, because what we do here, I make sure that I pass rightful information so that whenever you go out with my information, you will not be into trouble. Let me continue. I stop. In the other hand, the citizen reside in abroad. Italian citizenship can be acquired at least 18 months have passed since the marriage, if there are children born or adopted by the spouse, or 36 months after the marriage. That means if the citizen, the Italian man you married or the Italian woman you married, live outside Italy, you must stay up to 36 months, which is 3 years after the marriage, and you will have child or you have adopted child before they can issue this very citizenship to you. Any person that is telling you that go and marry Italian person, that this or that, the person will just have your citizenship and the next year you break up. My brother, it's not like that. my sister. It's not like that. It's not possible. You are seeing the law. That's why most of us have married the white people, the white women, the white men, yet they don't have the citizenship. Some have gotten due to they follow the due process, because once you follow the due process, you will get your documents immediately. Then let me continue, because I want to make sure that you got everything right. I stopped at a spot of 36 months after the marriage. As long as there has been no breakup, ending or annulment of the marriage in the meantime, and there is no legal separation underway. Good. Exactly what I've explained before. If there is no breakup in the marriage within this period, and there is no separation, legal separation in the court or in a commune, in anywhere in the church within this period, then that's the only way you can be granted to this very citizenship. But if any of those problems have occurred, it will delay your marriage, your citizenship, and it may deny you of that citizenship. So you must maintain within this 36 months, which is within these 3 years of marriage. After the marriage, you must not have a breakup issue. You must not have a divorce application in the court or in the commune, anywhere. And the marriage must be in a good relationship. There will not be crisis on that. That's the only way you can apply for citizenship. Please, if you are joining us for the first time, this is Matters Arising TV. Please subscribe to my channel and click the bell sign there. We are also on Facebook with the same handle, Matters Arising TV. Please follow our page to get every information you need about Italy, Europe, and the world at large. We are everywhere. Thank you. Please click the like button. If you are watching, click the like button and share. Invite your friends. Tell them about Matters Arising TV. So another one to acquire Italian citizenship is resident requirement. When I say resident requirement, let me be reading it out from here. Italian citizenship through the resident is granted by the Home Office to the foreign citizen resident in Italy or in possession of at least one of the following requirements: foreign citizen born in Italy and legal resident for at least 3 years, adult foreign citizen adopted by an Italian citizen resident legally in Italy for at least five years following the adoption. Let me explain this very one to you. The other ways you can apply for Italian citizenship: if you are an adult and you were adopted by Italian person, be it woman or man, you can apply for this citizenship after 5 years of your adoption, which they call 5 anni. So you can also apply after your 5 years of your adoption, and you must stay in Italy for that 5 years legally. Everything, all your requirements, you must have your resident meaning your house address where you stayed, your carta identità, that's resident permit. So you must show proof that you are residing here in Italy. They cannot adopt you here and you will be staying in London, and after 5 years you come to Italy to apply for citizenship. No, they cannot give you. When they adopt you, you will live here in Italy. That is the only way they can grant you the permission. So that is it. Then the next one is the stateless person. When I say stateless, those are the people who migrated to Italy They don't know where they came from. They don't have country of origin, but definitely they are not Italian. So this kind of people now, maybe you come illegally, you go commission, you have your document, you might have a refugee document which they call a political asylum. You might be a humanitarian or subsidiary, it depending on the document you have. So these people now, they are called stateless. Why they are called stateless? Because they don't know where they came from. They don't have country of origin. They are not Italian. You cannot deport them to any country. So in as far as they are here in Italy, they have already become Italian people. You cannot, that there is no way you can deport them. So those kind of people now, they are called stateless citizens, because you don't know where they came from. So those ones now, they can also apply for Italian citizenship. Before they can apply, they will make sure that they stayed in Italy for at least 4 years after they have gotten their political asylum, after they have become the refugee. That is the only way they can apply for this thing. Let me read it out for you so that you can understand it very well. Citizen resident legally in Italy for at least 4 years. Stateless citizen or refugee resident legally in Italy for at least 5 years. Non-EU citizen resident legally in Italy for at least 10 years. Good, you got it now. Let me break it down for us for more understanding. Those stateless people now, they don't have the country of origin. At least before you will apply, you will stay for at least 5 years after you have seek for your asylum. Now, for other Africans that migrate illegally to Italy and you go for commission, you have your asylum political. Once you get your asylum political, automatically you have become a refugee. A refugee are those that run out of their country to seek asylum in another country. So when you get this asylum, you become a refugee in that very country that permit you the asylum. So when they permit you this asylum, you cannot be able to return to your country, your country of origin again. No, you will now become a refugee, that is semi-citizen. Let me put it that way, to this very country that grant you this very document. So when you become semi-citizen, they can leave you. You can apply for citizenship, which is the Italian passport, after your 5 years, which means the moment that your political asylum expired, you can apply for this document. And for you to apply for this document, there is a requirement for it. The requirements are: 1, you must get your resident permit, which is a house where you live. You must ensure that you are paying light bill, dustbin bill, and other water and other things. Within that 5 years of living in Italy, you must work at least 2 to 3 years inside these 5 years. You must work. When I say work, not a tirocinio, not apprendista is inside here. Apprendista is a kind of contract for people that is under age, that is from 29 years down. That's those people are the ones that can grant apprendistato. So once you are above 29, they cannot give you contract called apprendistato. That is a topic for another day. Let me not bring it in this topic. So you must work for at least 2 to 3 years, and you must have your bossa paga, and you must show your tax, that your contribution in the country. That is the way you can apply for this very document, become a citizen within 5 years. You know, some people will tell you that you must wait for 10 years before you can apply for citizenship if you're a refugee. No, that is not true. That is not true. If you are using asylum political, which is a 5 years document, you can apply for this citizenship after 5 years you got your document, because that asylum political is 5 years. Immediately your 5 years expire and you meet the requirement, you have worked within, you work inside 2 or 3 years with a authentic contract, you can apply. And if you don't understand the language, you can require an English or French speaking lawyer for him to understand what you are saying well, because there is a lot of questions they will ask you. So when you don't understand the language within this period that you want to apply for this citizenship, you can go for the English speaking, or if you're French, you can go for a French speaking lawyer. That's it. And if you are from UK, mean England, you must find English speaking lawyer before you can apply. So if you are in UK, you are not permitted immediately to apply for this citizenship, Italian citizenship, because the UK is no longer in the European Union. They have quitted. So for them to come to Europe now, they will come as immigrants. They will not be coming like as a European Union country. They are no longer in a Schengen country. They are out. So they will follow the due process like other immigrants. And that is it. Let me read it out from here. Then before that, let me explain non-citizenship. If you are not a non-European country, maybe you are from Nigeria or Ghana, and you don't have this refugee document, maybe you have a humanitarian document or subsidiary document. For you to apply for this citizenship, you must stay at least 10 years. Let me read it out from you so that you will hear it, because I'm not the one saying it. Non-EU citizen resident legally in Italy for at least 10 years. Do you hear it? Non-EU citizen resident legally in Italy for at least 10 good years. So what they mean by this is that for those who is not under European Union and you don't have the refugee document, maybe you have 2 years or you have a subsidiary document. For you to apply for this very document, you must spend at least 10 good years. 10 good years. Within this period, you must make sure that you integrate yourself in the country. When I say integrate, to be integrated, you must learn the language. That is the first thing they will notice from you. They will ask you. And you must have at least either A1 or A2 or Tesa Media or Scuola Professionale. You must have these things. And within that period, it's advisable for you to have patent, which is driving license. That will make it more easier for you to apply for this very document, because it's very necessary and it's very important. You must show the willingness for that you want to stay in a country and your contribution. So if you are not contributing to the country, they might deny you, and maybe you must avoid anything crime. Yes, anything crime that can lead them to withdraw your document within this period. You must avoid it. So it's not advisable for us that is doing street work to do it when we are not yet arrived with the authentic document. And it's not advisable for us to do the same street work where we are. Like you have your document here in Italy, you will be doing those work. You know what I'm saying? It's not advisable to do it here in Italy. You can go away match and return to Italy as your home. So anything that will expose your document in danger, try every possible means to avoid it, and you will see your document will be secured. And you must show that you are paying tax. Let me read it. Required limit for annual earning. All the foreign citizens who fall within or one of the above mentioned cases are required to meet one or the other requirement, that of personal earning or family earning, if belonging to the same nuclear family and resulting in the same family. This very nuclear family is a topic of another day, because some people in Italy they call it assegno de nucleo. So it's very important. It's another thing that we need to know, and I will explain it in my next video. It's very, very important. So when they say personal earning, it means your income. For those above, for example, for you, the non-EU resident legally in Italy here, for you to apply, you must have your at least 12,000 euro and in your code, not cash, annually. Your earning must be above 12,000 euro, meaning that every month your salary is above 1,000 euro. I'm not saying that you will put the money inside your account. No, I mean your code, because it shows that you are living on your own. You can feed yourself. With that amount, you can pay your house rent, you can take care of you and your family or your wife. So yeah, I'm not saying that you will take this 12,000 euro in your account. No, it must not be in your account. Even if you have 1,000 euro in your account, that doesn't matter. The important thing that the code you are going to present them, the code is the code analyze all the amount you earn for 6 months. There in a year you have two code. When you bring the first 6 months and the second 6 months, it make it a year. You must have it, and it must be up to 12,000 euro and above. That is what qualifies you. If you are non-EU resident legally in Italy here, that is for those I'm speaking of. That's the only way you can apply for this citizenship. Then, if you're a refugee, you have the asylum political. You can have the only thing you need to have is your work, your bossa paga, and also your code. You must have your resident permit. You must show that you are here in Italy and you are paying tax. You are not violating any law. Your information, you will submit it to them. That is the only way you can acquire this citizenship. So it's very easy for you to acquire citizenship, Italian citizenship, within 5 years if you have the refugee document. And if you don't have the refugee document, you have to wait for 10 years if you are non-EU citizen. Let me be reading out because there's a lot of them here. Then the earning taking into consideration are those relative to the 3 years preceding the application for citizenship within the following annual limit. For applicants without dependents, annual earning limit up to 8,263 euro 31 cents. For applicants with a super, an increase up to 516 euro. For each further dependent person, annual earning limit is 11,362. Like what I said before, if you are not married, maybe you are single, the amount you will pay is different from the amount you will pay when you are married, because they are not the same thing. The single ones cost less, while the family cost more, because they will include your family expenses and all those things. And you need to have annual earning. This annual earning is not the amount that will, let me repeat it again, it's not the amount that will be in your account. No, it's the amount you are earning yearly, your net payment. That is what they are saying. with which you will find out the amount you earn annually in your code. That's the way you can see all those things, and the hours you work. Maybe in my next topic I will explain. No, I have already explained what is code for my previous video. So if you are joining me for the first time, this is Matters Horizon TV. Subscribe so that you can get every information you need to know about immigrants and citizenship and what is happening around us in the world. So that is for the citizenship. I will also the document for the request for Italian citizenship by marriage. This very one now, things you need to present if you are about to ask for Italian citizenship by marriage. The requirement, what you need to present, I will outline them for you so that you will know what you will present before the questura or before the prefettura or in Sportello Unico for immigration, depending on where you are applying your own. So I will like I said, I will explain it detail by detail so that you will understand everything. And if you don't understand anything, please, you can chat me privately on Messenger. I will give you my Facebook address, Master P One Support. Just text me message on Messenger and I will reply you. For now, like I said, we are doing many things so that everything will be on the ground very soon. So if you are applying, if you want apply by marriage, the requirement is for form application with 16 euro stamp duty payable, which they call this thing marca da bollo. Marca da bollo, the 16 euro, that is what they call a application with a stamp. That is marca da bollo. You will buy a marca da bollo of 16 euro. You will present it. Birth certificate translated into Italian. You must present your birth certificate with a, when they translate, you are not the one to translate your birth certificate. There is office of translation, and you will go there, because once they translate it, they will stamp it, and that stamp make it to be original. So you need to stamp it after translation. That should make it authentic and verified from the Italian agency. So you must not just use your translator or download a translation application and do it by yourself. No, you must find the agents that do the translation, and they will stamp it for you. That is number second. Then criminal record certificate from the country of origin and from any other countries the citizen has resided in. You see it? I said it before. You must avoid anything criminality, anything that will expose your document in danger. So this very one now, they will go through if you have committed any crime in your country of origin or any other country where you reside before, which means you must avoid committing crime wherever you are. If you know that you haven't got this citizen, or if you know that you will go for this citizenship, you must not commit crime. Crime is not go and slap person. When I say crime, you must not involve yourself in selling any hard drug. You must not be involved in stealing. You must not be. There are so many of them. Let me not be mentioned. You know what crime is. So you must avoid all those things in order to get a clean record. Once you present this thing from your country, then you are qualified. Then let me continue. Photocopy of valid passport. Bagam. The photocopy of valid passport is either, if you're a refugee, maybe Italian refugee, you must have your EU passport, valid one, or the passport from your country, your country's passport. You must present it. That's what you must have, a photocopy of it. So, and it must be a valid passport. A valid passport you will present. Then permanent stay to be. no, photocopy after your photocopy of stay of resident and for EU citizen, or photocopy of the declaration of permanent stay to be. You see it. You will present your long-term photocopy of your long-term this thing document, or the what shows that you are willing. Maybe you have a tempo indeterminato, which is a long-term stay, which is a long-term stay document. You will have the photocopy of it, or you have your refugee document, your asylum political. You must present those things to show that you are staying in Italy, you are staying long term. That's what you will present before you can apply for this. Request from the council of resident. Request from the council. So the commune where you are staying, that is the vicinity, the area where you are staying, they will give you is in form of certificate that shows that you are residing in that vicinity, you are residing in that geopolitical zone. So you must provide something from the commune, because that council is commune, is like the headquarter. So the commune, you must present a certificate with their stamp. You will present it. That shows that you are staying in that area. Then lastly, last not least, copy of the receipt of the payment of 200 processing fee. You must pay 200 euro processing fee. You will present the copy to them. So they must collect something, 200 euro. That is it. That is for the marriage. If you don't understand what I'm saying or anything, you can also call me on my number, +39 35 27 53 01. Then I will explain it more and more. Ask the question you need to ask. I will answer you, and I will direct you also on how to go about it. I will open the number later so that you can call. That is for marriage. Then by resident, document for the obtaining Italian citizenship through resident are, I'm done with by marriage. Now let me go by resident. I will explain it one after the other. I hope if you are enjoying the program, please click the like button. Click the like button and subscribe to Matters Arising TV, because we need to know everything about the country and how to apply for the documents where we are living. Remember, when living in a country, you must know in and out of it. And how can you get all this information? Just subscribe to Matters Arising TV and you will get every information you need to know. Then by resident, if you want to ask for citizenship by resident, the requirements are: 1, form application with 16 euro stamp duty payable only online, and the presenting the following original document issued by the competent diplomatic consular authorities of the state of membership. This very one now, you cannot do it. There is no office. You will go to their site, their website. You will do it online, and you will present it to them, the original document issued by the competent diplomatic, which the Minister of Internal. Sorry, that is the person that will issue this very one for you. This citizenship, to apply it, it's not easy. It's not easy, but if you follow the due process, it is easy. So you must know what you are doing. That is it. That is number one thing. Then second thing, birth certificate translated and issued accordance with the instruction contained in the application form for foreign citizens who following marriage have acquired the surname of their husband. It is necessary to verify that the birth certificate include both the maiden surname and that acquired as support. You see it here now. It might be somehow maybe you don't understand what I just read here now. Maybe you got married and you change your name as a woman. You know, African tradition require that when a woman got married, she will change her name to her husband's name. So now at this point, this woman certificate, the surname will be different from the marriage certificate, because you cannot answer the same name. They are requesting for your name. That means you will present your birth certificate to show that this is your surname before you got married, and your marriage certificate, they will translate it accordancy. They will verify it, they will look into it, and they will make sure that everything you present to them is authentic. If you present anything fake, it will lead to rejecting of your request. They might deny you of the citizenship, the chance of getting your citizenship. So you must present whatever you are presenting to them. Present the original one, and you must be in Italian language. You must translate it. So once you translate all these things, automatically it is more easier for you. But if you are unable to provide all those things, I'm sorry, you might not. They will deny you the chance of having the citizenship. That is it for there. Then another, like, it's almost the same thing, similar to the marriage, by marriage. Criminal record certificate from the country of origin and or from any other countries that applicant has resided previously. This certificate is not necessary if the foreign citizen was born in Italy or has residence in this country since before his or her 14th birthday. Okay. Like, for example, this very one, they have made it easier for some of us who were underage when they arrive in Italy. This means if you will present the criminal record from your country of origin or any other country where you have resided before, but if you are underage, maybe from age of 1 to 14 years, those records are not necessary. And also, if you are born here in Italy, those things you will not present them. You will not present all those things. There's no criminal record that you will present to them, because you are underage. From 14 years, you don't have any crime against you. They just grant you this very one. You don't need to present anything. But if you are above 14, from 15 upwards, you will present all those criminal records to show that you have not committed a serious crime, that you are not wanted for one crime or the other. So once you are a crime free, feel free to just go and present everything that they required from you, and they will make it easier for you. Then photocopy of a valid passport and a photocopy of the permit of stay of foreign citizen from the EU. It is sufficient to request the certificate of permanent stay at the Council of Residence. You see it? Everything is pure. Why I'm reading it out to you, for you to know that everything are required, that you need to know. I have everything, so that you will know it. You will know what to present and how to go about it and how to move. That's why I'm explaining it detail by detail for you to understand. So this very one now, you need to present your photocopy of your passport, valid one, maybe any of your country or any of your passport if you have to. That is what you will present, and make sure that it's translated, whether you are EU or non-EU. Then form income taxable, CU form income taxable tax form, and form 730 from the from the last 3 years for housemaid and in-home nurses in the general home and helpers. It is necessary to produce a state pension IMSS statement. This very one now is very simple. It's very very simple. If I'm maybe yes. This, like in English, there will, let me explain it in one word. The statement of your account, meaning you must have 730 for your maybe health caring, and you must present your tax from IMSS. IMSS is a agency that all the taxes you are paying, they are keeping record of it. You will copy the statement from they will give you a copy of your statement, the tax you paid for the last 3 years. That's why I tell you that you must work for at least 2 to 3 years, because when you are not working, you cannot have this. So that shows that you must be working, and once you are working, you can have this because you are paying tax. So these are the tax record that you are paying. It shows that you are contributing to the Italian government, that you are not a liability to them, and that makes it easier for you to have for them to grant you your request. So then, copy of receipt, payment €200, processing fee to be paid on the current account. Okay, I will not read the account, but if you want, I will read it. To the attention of the Ministerio Interno, DL, this cittadinanza with the reason for permanent payment cittadinanza contributo di cui articolo 1 e 12 la legge 15 luglio 2009 numero 94. So you must pay €200, and you will present the original receipt, and inside the motive you are paying it is to the request for cittadinanza. The cittadinanza in Italy is the citizenship. That's what they call cittadinanza. And the article, the law that permits you to do this is the article 1, Code 12 of the law, 15th of July 2009, number 94. That's the law that permits you for this very thing that you are requiring. And that is it for the citizenship. Then this very topic, and we leave it for my next video. If you are joining me for the first time, I'm Matters Arising TV. Please subscribe to my channel and click the bell sign. We're also on Facebook with the page name Matters Arising. Please follow us on Facebook, Matters Arising TV, and like and share our videos. Invite your friends. So I'm going to end today's program here. But if you have any other thing, drop your comment, ask your questions. I will go through it and I will pick your questions, and I will also explain it online like this, so that you will get it right. Thank you for joining us today, and remain blessed. Thank you very much. Thank you.